Hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going? This is Sam again, coming back with another video. I'm doing something a little bit different today, or maybe something very similar to many people has done. Just want to go over the stuff that I have. Um, it can barely fit into this little screen, as you can see. I have to put it very tightly. I have some other ones sold it, other ones that I don't need. Sow some, buy some, sow some, buy some more. So, well, let me just start off with the camera. I'm just a hobbyist. By no means I am a professional, and by no means I am using any of these equipments to make any money. For me, it's just strictly a hobby. I like to take pictures of things, pictures of family, picture of places. I like to take pictures of places a lot more than, portrait pictures. I'm not very good at portraits. There's a whole new ball games on that. But I like to get a picture of the places where I go. Sometimes I see nice pictures, flowers, nice places. Places for memory, just things like that. But I just, these are all the equipments I have currently. So right now I am shooting with the Sony A6600. I got the L brackets here, and the reason why I upgraded to the A6600, I started from the actually my first digital camera was an Olympus OMD EM10-II. That's a very fun little camera. It's a micro four thirds. It's so small, it's fun, but they got some really nice lens that you can actually take great pictures. That again, it's very fun on that camera. So from there, I sold it, moved up to a APSC. Slightly bigger in the sensor. Now I bought I got the 8300 when it released not too long ago, because it was just a really nice camera for what the 8300 is made from. But I got that one stolen in a car. Stupid me, they were careless, kind of left that exposed. And San Francisco, Oakland, you heard about that place up there. Got that stolen, came back and pick up the A6500. I mean, at that time I can easily go with the the A7 III. Now it just released not too long ago, but I kind of thought about it. I like to keep it in small size, compact, and during that time you don't have all these lenses. It's just a few. And the one that it's out there are crazy expensive. So I was not thinking about in the lineup the full frames at that time. So I went with the A6500. But ultimately, when this guy was released, I just had to kind of dump that. And the biggest thing I dumped the 8500 is the Z battery. Oh, this battery is nice, very sweet. The other one uses a small tiny battery. Even for me as a hobbyist going out, I normally carry 3 batteries with me, and sometimes I go through 2 of them depending on how much I shoot. And I don't really shoot a whole lot, and to be honest with you, but I still have multiple batteries. This battery, I have 2 of these, but I have never taken this one out. It's just been in here almost forever. So that's just my the reason why I have the A6600. And I'm not going through all the specs. You can find all the specs from the website. So that's that. Let me just go through with these things first. I have these guy. This is actually a Flashpoint, but it's the same exact thing as the Godox, or actually it's really called Godox in translation, but everybody call it Godox. This is the big guy. It uses the lithium battery, and this battery technically lasts forever. I don't really use these much, but they're inexpensive. They're not $400-500. I bought this when it was at I don't know, just $110 or so, and includes the trigger for, I think it was $150 for a pair of this. So it was a good deal. And then I have the small little mini as well. These are all for the E-mount shoe. So small enough, but it gives you much more juice than what you get out of the initial camera, the A6500 that has the built-in. But now the A6600 don't have it. And these are actually very good. The reason why these are, I think it's better than other brand, is every single one of these guys has a built-in master trigger in here. You don't even need this guy. I can use this, put this on as a master, and put this on as a slave, and this can trigger this without having to do this. But if I want to put both of these in, you know, remote location, yeah, you can use a trigger. So that's why you got built-in triggers with these guys. So it's pretty cool, very cool. And I picked up a small little like, I think it's olive juice right now. It's just a add-on fill lights. So these actually give you there's two different tones, the amber and the white light. So it's good enough to give you some fill lights. I don't do much videos. I film most of my stuff just like right now on a phone. So, you know, what do I know about videos anyway? So yeah, these are actually very good if you you do flash photography. So let me just get rid of this. Oh, by the way, right now I have this little quick release. You can get these on Amazon. Just this guy. You can get these little quick release on Amazon for about $5, $6 or so. And I just used the regular, the Sony strap. It's actually a very good strap. I like it. I'm just gonna clip this thing on. Yeah, the Peak design is actually better. To be honest, it is better, but it is more expensive as well. Like I said, I'm just a hobbyist. I don't need to have that. I just this will do. It's very strong. This is how I dangle my camera, just like that. On the left side, grab it and shoot. That's it. So now going through my lenses. This is the widest I have right now. It's the Rokinon 12mm at f2. This is manual focus. I love this lens. This is actually very sharp. Now the reason why I picked up this lens is because, you know, I have a friend that's in a I just wiped away my shirt. I have a friend that's in real estate, and he asked me to take a real estate photo for him. At the time I don't have a lens that was wide enough, and I was taking pictures with a, what's that, 16 was my widest, so at roughly about 24 equivalent. So I could get it wider, but I read a lot of reviews on this guy. The image on this is sharp. So yeah, if anybody wants to do you know, real estate, this is very good. I don't use it for landscape. I don't like to be too wide on landscape. Make everything so small, so tiny. You know, I like to get zoomed in a little bit on the landscape part. So yeah, so this is my basically it's a real estate thing only. I really don't use it for anything else. It's manual focus, but it's very sharp. Recently picked up this guy, the Viltrox 23 f1.4. This lens is actually sharp too. To my surprise, and for the price of this guy, it's very nice. It's very worth the money. The only thing that's not good about this thing, here, this little aperture ring, too smooth. Every time you put it in the bag and pull it out, you'll change this very, very easily, and it's I don't know what to say, but it's a good lens. So I mean, I guess I can bear with it. I have to put it back at where I need now, and you know, go with that. Oh, this thing at the wide open, it's got a lot of fringing, purple fringing, but usually you can get that corrected at post. So yeah, so this is a what's that? I don't know, 300 bucks or so, roughly right now. And then next one, my furthest length. Oh, my portrait lens, the Sigma 56 millimeter. This is actually, you know, if you have heard about this guy, sharp. If you want one word to describe it, sharp. Very nice lens. If you shoot APS-C and you do portrait photography, must have. Really, it's a must have lens. 56 1.4, and I bought this at $350 wholesale in a different country. So I'm not gonna say where, but it was wholesale. I couldn't pass on that. It was selling at $450, but at $300, $350 ish or so, I just can't pass it on that. So I had to pick it up. I was thinking about waiting for a little bit, but you know, I picked this up a long time ago. Before I had a E-mount, the Sony E-mount, the APS-C, the 50mm 1.8, not the full frame one, the 50mm 1.8. That 50mm is actually better than the full frame one. So yeah, if I were you and thinking about getting the 50mm 1.8 and you're on APS-C, get the E50 1.8, the APS-C one, not the full frame one. The full frame one, I heard people said it's noisy, it's not that good. But the E-mount one is actually very good. It's actually more expensive than the full frame one. So in between here, before, I also have the Sigma 30mm. That's also a very sharp lens. I lost that with the A6300. So yeah, bummer. But I don't know what to do with the 30. I don't like the focal length, the 30mm focal length. The reason being is the equivalent 30, you get about 45-ish. You can't do indoor group photography with a few people. It's a little too tight. Actually, it's way too tight. But when you're outdoor and you're trying to use it as a portrait lens, it's not quite as good as this. But it is a very, very good lens. I mean, you can tell from the people who owned it. So the next one I have, this is a full frame lens. It's an 85 1.8. This lens at the time when I purchased it was only $650. I think right now it's roughly about the same. And this is an awesome lens. You know, you can read the reviews. This is very comparable to the 50 1.8, but it's at 85. So crop factor, you're looking at roughly maybe about 130-ish. So you do get a nice out of background blur on it, and it has a switch on here, manual autofocus here. It's a very nice lens for a budget. You need to look into this, and not as sharp as some of the other lenses, but it's sharp. It's very sharp. Not as sharp as others, but it's sharp. My latest addition, the Tamron 17 to 2.8, the first of its kind, f2.8 at 17 to 70. That's a very long focal length. This is the first one at constant f2.8. When this announced, I said I have to jump into this, and ultimately I did. I did have the Zeiss 16 to 70, and I had that lens forever. It's a very nice lens. I love that lens. It's compact. It's about this big. This thing is much bigger. It's about that big. and I travel with that lens awfully a lot. But that's an f4, constant f4, still very great. But this is an f2.8. It's one of those that you can, it's one lens can do it all. I love it. I right now, basically, this is the lens that I go with, and this guy. It's all really I need. So, yeah, the Tamron 2.8. You can read all about it at at YouTube with other reviewer. But to me, this is my go-to right now. It gets stuck in my camera for about maybe 60-70% of the time, and then this guy will replace the other percentage. These lenses are basically just sitting around right now, so it covers all the range I need. At some point, 270 at 2.8, I can take good portraits, good landscapes, whatever I need to do. This one is a kit zoom lens. I haven't used this lens almost forever. Had it for a while, used it maybe just a handful of times. The image is not that sharp. The build quality is not that good. It's a kit lens. It's better than not having one. If you need a extra reach at the time, yeah, you can get it to 210. But it's not very sharp. It's a little bit soft. I don't know, what can I say? This lens is just it's okay to have, but I wouldn't. If I am a hobbyist, a long time camera fan, get an update for this. All right, this is my final. This is the 70-350. I made a separate video on that. I just adore this lens. It is nice and sweet. The reason being, first of all, it's compact, lightweight. This is actually the size of this. Look at that. It's almost this. But of course, this guy is a little bigger than it should be, but it's a f2.8. Okay, this one is a variable aperture, so there's you can't say anything about, you can't compare a 2.8. If it's a 2.8 on this guy, it would probably be this big. Much bigger. So you get a good 525 on a crop factor. Got a little lens creep adapter here. So OSS built-in stabilizer. You get this button. 70-350. So if you need to get a good reach, this guy is sharp. I mean, I like the image. I mean, it's really as sharp as you can get on the APSC for the Sony, and at the reach. The only thing I am complaining about this guy is it will not take a telephoto converter. I wish they did. That would have been perfect. I wanted to get at least a 2 times teleconverter so I can get much longer extra reach. So you're shooting the moon, shooting across the lake. It's just nice. So as I said, this too is currently my go-to, and just to let you know what really is in my bag right now. This too. That's all I need to carry. I can do landscape, portraits, any kind of picture here with this guy. Extra reach, bird, animal, anything that is in a much further distance. And just carrying this too is just so light. That's all I need right now. I do not need anything else. These are just sitting around. Now my nephew will be picking up a camera soon, so a couple of these. This lens is going to go to him. This one will remain with me. If he needs it, he can definitely borrow it. This one will definitely be lent to him if he need to use a zoom. So yeah, that's what I have in my in my collection at the moment. I do have another light that's shooting on right now. This is a soft light, pretty big soft light that I have. Other than that, that's... Oh, also, I picked up a filter for this guy. Sometimes in the shooting in the daylight, you need to cut off some light, and this is good. Variable filter. So that's all I have. These, I put away all these lens hoods. It's too big to add on right now. I don't have the space. So anyway, that's all I have, just to show what I have in my collection. You know, like I said, hobbyist, enjoying the photography world, and that's all I have. So what do you think? What do you think about these lenses, and what do you have in your collection? Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all for me for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe. If you don't, it's okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. This video is a little bit long, so bear with me. Sorry about that, and have a nice day, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.